You are listening to an All Games Radio Network broadcast of allgames.com.
Hi, this is Normie from Knuckleballer Radio and Zombie Cast, and you're listening to one of my favorite shows on the Geeky Antics Network. Don't forget to check out the rest of the gang over at GeekyAntics.net. Warning, there might be rants and food ahead and possibly inappropriate behavior. Don't tell anybody though.
What's up, guys? It is, let me get to it, Thursday, July 28th, 2016, and I want to welcome all you geeks, gamers, ninjas, robots, and whoever else listens to this show. Again, HorsePLAY Live, in effect, right now. This is episode 137, titled, now I'm going to say this really fucked up because I don't really, Part of the cards while eating Pocky. Did I pronounce that right? Yeah.
Yeah, Pocky. Harding the cards while eating Pocky.
I was like, put Rocky, R in there, and it'll be Rocky, so Pocky. Yeah. Tonight
but you never had Pocky?
No. Tonight we're gonna catch up with you guys, our friends, family, friends. We really hope you guys you guys can call in. We do have another guest tonight, of course, none other than TSE Blades is with us again, because of course we're talking about Hearthstone. We got some news about Hearthstone. You guys haven't been watching the news footage or any of the blah blah blahs. There's something going down at 2 a.m. Eastern time on the 29th, which is tomorrow morning. So yes, if you're live now, make sure you watch that. But before we get in all this other jazz, all other bull hockey that we got going on, I'm with my man, none other than everybody's filthy hardcore casual, the bear lizard, the man behind the scenes of GeekyAntics.net, YogiZilla. What's up, big boy?
You never had Pocky?
No, I haven't had Pocky. Is it a Spanish? Is it a Spanish thing or what? Like,
does it sound Spanish? Is that your first guess?
Pocky, yeah.
Like the spelling, you think that would be Spanish?
No, I don't know. What the fuck is Pocky? You?
Japanese.
Oh, it's Japanese?
Damn it. Don't spoil it. I was going to give him an opportunity to make a guess.
I did. It's Pocky. Like, my sensibilities were lightly offended not knowing what Pocky is.
Oh, okay, Saki. Okay, I got it.
Oh, my God.
Well, Saki spelled differently, but, same kind of sound. So, yeah, there you go. Saki, everybody knows Saki.
Fatal's, he's gonna come and be like, dude, I can't live with you no more.
You ever see Pitch Black?
Yeah. Fuck you, bro. Alright. But anyway, guys, we are here. Again, if you hear a little bit of an echo, sorry. But we are here today, and we're gonna just talk about what have you been doing, Yogi? What have you been? I literally haven't talked to you since last show. What you been up to, Bo?
I just want to point out what Pocky is.
Oh my God, okay.
That's very important. Do you remember as a kid when they used to have those little candies, little treats where you have one side chocolate and the other side with like these little breadsticks kind of things?
Nope.
You remember that?
Nope.
You never had the Nutella snacks?
Nutella?
Or anything like that?
What's Nutella?
Okay, now you're trolling.
Oh, is that peanut butter substitute or whatever?
The chocolate substitute, yeah, hazelnut spread.
Yeah, isn't that kind of like that fucking Australian thing that that everybody
No.
hates? Everybody,
Nothing like Vegemite.
Oh, God.
everybody hates except for Australians.
It is
No.
nothing like Vegemite.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It's not even in the same freaking ballpark, dude. Not even the same planet. But comparing Vegemite to chocolate spread. Oh my. A bunch of women just freaking died right now.
Well, I'm sorry, okay? I don't really necessarily have my woman here to tell me all these things. That's
Like,
not
yeah,
nice.
bonbons. Are those those turds that are edible?
Bonbons. That's a hairstyle, right?
I'm more interested to find out exactly what do you think are edible turds? If they're not called bonbons, what would their other name be? Like poop delights or what?
It'd probably be the eye poop.
Their motto is, "We don't know what we are, but we are the shit."
Well, no, like the other day we went out to eat and and Blades got a sandwich and then he's like, "Give me some curds." I'm like, "Some what?" Like some cheese curds. Like I know what it is now, but like I'm like, what was it? We went to Culver's, and I got my chicken sandwich. Out healthy. I'm starting to eat healthy now. And then I got what I got, and then he's like, "Well, yeah, just hook me up with that and get me cheese curds instead of fries." I'm like, "What?" Okay, so then I'm like, I hope I don't say this shit wrong because this lady's gonna be like, "You're an idiot, sir." And then I was like, "Yeah, can I have curds instead of fries?" "Oh yeah, no problem." I'm like, "Oh, fail didn't set me up for failure." This time, yeah.
First, you have to establish trust. Next time, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, can you get me a Gedzuki Wabamba?"
It's like playing an MMO.
And I'm gonna tell you to order it your fucking self.
It's like playing an MMO and like you get the gullible newbies and you tell them things like, "Hey, let's go to this forest. It's a good looting area," and that happens to be the PvP area. You kill them. Or my favorite is the trust fall. Like some games have the weird mechanic where you just jump blindly and then like magically you survive the fall, but then you just make everybody think that that happens in different places, and you make them like jump off a cliff that actually will kill them.
Oh, mages used to do that in World of Warcraft with Featherfall. They would jump and then cast Featherfall in midair. So they land and it just looks completely safe. And they're like, "You didn't hear the last patch? They took fall damage out." So you'd watch all these noobs just lemming themselves off of cliffs as they drop down, and everyone just rolling laughing.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember the game Lemmings?
Yeah.
That was a good
All
game.
of them. It was amazing.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, what I've been up to, I've been going through the long, painful process of putting out bids on projects and putting in apps and networking and kissing ass and shaking hands and kissing babies and all that kind of stuff. And
So
what
what you're saying is your taste palate's all fucking shitty, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, because one of the things that
Stop
happened
kissing
recently,
so much ass.
I haven't talked. Part of the reason I've been off the grid and just kind of working behind the scenes is just because I had like a few big clients, and my biggest client just decided to like breach his contract and not pay his bill. And we basically had like a gentleman's agreement thing. We did everything on a pretty chill status. Because sometimes when you have like really formal paperwork, it scares business away. Like a lot of times, especially when you deal with small businesses. So try to keep things on a system. And he was a referral from a friend that I really trust and I've never had bad experiences with. But I think, long story short, he's having money problems and he doesn't want to admit it. So he's just trying to find ways to not have to pay the bill. And he's like, "Well, technically, we didn't have a formal contract." And I'm like, "Oh, we're going to play that card. Okay." So,
So everything that you've done for him, just stop it.
Yeah, but a lot of it's already been delivered, so it's like he got his more than his money's worth, and he owes like well over $2,000. But, that's money that I could really use, and that's an understatement right now. But that part not getting it. Well,
Well,
stuff happens.
Yeah, I don't care with what the line of work that we're going into. Like yeah, dude, you can't do no gentleman's agreement in that, dude, in this world. You can't. Not anymore. I mean, unless it's, I mean, hell, not even to your friends. I had something that I was like, he's like, do you want to, he goes, do we need to do a contract? And I was thinking, I was like, yeah. And he goes, okay. And then he was talking to me and he's like, well, I'm not going to, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you know what? Let's just not even worry about it. You just do what you're supposed to do, blah, blah, blah. And like, he hasn't done a lick of nothing. Like, okay, I just fucked myself over this. Luckily, I haven't paid him any money. So like he's like, hey, where's my money at? I was like, where's my shit at? Like, you ain't getting shit from me. Next time we do business, we are under a strict contract, and if you break that contract, you will no longer be in business because I will sue the shit out of you. I'm one of those guys.
I'm a firm believer that contracts just keep honest people honest. Like, if I'm going to do something, if I'm like, hey, I'm hiring you for a job, I don't have a problem signing a contract because, well, I'm going to get what I paid for, and you're contractually obligated to give it to me, and I know I'm going to pay you, so a contract doesn't faze me. I start getting sketched when people are like, I don't know about a contract, because that's the first sign someone's going to try and screw you.
Yeah, even small businesses, dude, they have to know and understand. If it's something like, this is work. This is your livelihood. If somebody comes out and says, well, we don't need to use a contract. Yes, we do. Well, then I'll go look for somebody else. Good luck finding somebody else that's not going to use a contract.
Unfortunately, this is the other side of the coin. If you're in a situation where the money's really good and you need it now, you don't want to scare the business away because, like, he was a good customer, a good client for a while. So.
I'm not going to sit there and say that to you. I mean, especially with the situation. I would never. If you need the money, you need the money. You take risks. You also risk. You also risk getting screwed. Yeah. That right there is like, if I can't, with what we're doing and what you're doing is a little bit different. We're running an organization. You're actually doing something personal, and it's something, networking and all this other stuff that you know how to do. It's totally two different things.
Well, we're running an organization too. The thing is, our, GeekyAntics were voluntary, and people put in as much effort as voluntary imply, which is usually nothing.
Well, you get what you pay for.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about it is, like, the way the system's set up is what you put in, you get back tenfold. Like this client, he wasn't paying me anywhere near what I normally charge, and I took that risk because it was steady income for a while, for a good long while, and he was a good guy, and he's really hands off. He only gave me very minimal guidance. That's all I need, and and he gave me feedback. In fact, the last thing he said before he canceled was, "I'm getting a boom in customers. I'm super happy with what you're doing." So then to him to cancel, I'm like, wait, this doesn't measure up. But the big part of it is people could hire someone in India or someone fresh out of college for pennies on a dollar, or go to Fiverr and get crap work for dirt cheap. It's quantity over quality, and it's a shame. But
not gonna lie, and I'm not going to, and I'm taking advantage of this cutoff because you cut me off the rest of the show. I'm not gonna lie, that's what I'm gonna do. Once we get everything going and everything, like, I'm gonna look for an intern that specializes in making videos and doing that stuff. Guess what? That man's gonna be my cameraman. If he works out, yeah. Will I make him salary? Yeah, definitely. But then you have to supplement your income, and you can use the gaming house. You can do anything that you want to do, because he's going to live there. You can do anything you want to do. And then if you want to make money besides what I'm going to pay you, which is, to some people, if they hear this you're only giving him a couple $1,000s a month. Yeah, that's it. That's all I can, that's really all things get. Talking to other org owners and seeing other things and stuff like that, to where, like, these contracts, the only big money contracts that you're putting out there are some of the top players in the world.
Yeah.
So then everything else, and then so once he does that, and then if he stays with the organization for a while, then it's like, hey man, you've been doing an awesome job. We're gonna give you a little bump, and of course he'll be, hopefully he'll be doing the streaming, the YouTube, everything else too. I mean, you can supplement your income really, really fast.
Oh yeah,
You know,
and $2,000 in most places, as long as you're not in California, New York, or Connecticut, that's a livable income.
right. Well,
you can make that stretch.
well,
I mean,
if you
there's
think about it,
people making far less than that.
average income for the United States is about $25,000. Literally, that's it.
Yeah.
That's with all the don't knock me out on this, but that's with all the southern states, the southeastern corner. That's with all the low cost of income, like where Morg lives, way up in the mountain, where there's nothing there, like they don't have anything to tax, like stuff like that. It's only $24,000 to $25,000. So if I'm giving somebody $2,000 a month to say you're a permanent cameraman when we do anything, whether it's team vlogs or organization vlogs or just bullshit, and you're the cameraman.
Yeah, that's 24K gross. That's not a bad income.
He's getting, like, that's all he has to do.
Yeah.
And it'll be all scheduled out, like, we're going to do, an org podcast on this day, at this time, blah, blah, blah. Every other time, you can do whatever you want, man. You want to go stream and YouTube and go sell yourself on the corner, I could care less. Don't come back with nothing,
Yeah, free room and board. That's a great deal.
That's where people don't think about it. Like, he's only getting paid $1,500 a month. That's bullshit. Yeah, but I'm paying for everything else. I'm paying for him to not get his ass rained on. I'm paying for his ass not to have to be able to see and actually operate his fucking computer. It's not going to be no tiny house.
Yeah, if you're single and you have room and board covered, $1,500 is really good because you could put away more than half of that money, and then the rest of it you could use to buy your groceries. What's groceries for a single person? What, $200-$300 a month maybe?
It depends on if you're working out or not, man. If you're a workout guy,
yeah, if you're burning more calories,
you're gonna eat 3 to 4 or 5 times a day.
Yeah, that's a different story.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a single guy that's not really working out, not really eating just 2 or 3 meals a day, because I know guys, I'm included. Like me working out now and eating so much is freaking damn near killing me. Because I only ate once a day, like literally once a day. Sometimes once or 1.5 times every 2 days. But it's just like I'm eating 3 or 4 times a day is goddamn, dude. I'm eating so much food. But then when I look at my little wrist Fitbit thing that my wife got me, I'm burning 10 to 12,000 calories a day when I work out, when I'm walking around all the time. My knees and everything hurt like a bitch, but I'm burning that much calorie. Like yesterday, I burned 11,000 calories. I consumed I think 10,000 calories yesterday. And
it's good.
Like, dude, I'm losing weight just by living my life healthier. Of course, all those calories, I might eat 2 giant chicken breasts and a big ass bowl of rice. But that's my meal. And then if we have we got like peppers, and I want to get some broccoli and all that other shit, but and then just have the veggies, you're good.
But that's the other thing too. We've talked about it before. Like, eating healthy is usually more expensive than eating junk, which is why a lot of people eat junk food, because it's cheaper.
It depends on if you buy it right. Okay, there's a couple stores in Holland here, and guys, don't knock it. Yeah, I mean, if you're the one that goes to the expensive store to go grocery shopping, I'm just gonna say it, you're the dumbass. Because there's places like Aldi's. Down south, you got Save a Lot. Now, Save a Lot, I've had problems with their meats and stuff. But you can go to a butcher and get shit just as cheap.
Yeah, going direct is probably the best. Butcher is pretty good because it's more direct than going through a more retail outfit. Well, the farmer's market.
You get a retail where it's where steak is $4.99 a pound. You go to the butcher and it's $1.99 a pound.
Yeah, it's a big difference. There's so many middlemen, man. It's crazy, like how much stuff happens between farm, slaughterhouse, butcher, and because the butcher's not necessarily the one that's actually doing all the gutting and all that stuff.
Depends on who the butcher is.
Yeah, exactly.
Where I grew up at, and it's a small town. Well, not very small now. So there's a college in it. But where I grew up at, when I used to go to the butcher shop with my grandpa, Like I'm talking like 25 years ago, guys. Yeah, I can say that now. And we'd actually go and he'd get, all his little nasty shit that he would eat. And then we would go and there was cows out back, like, of the butcher shop. Like he had a whole thing where he had his front would be just a walk in. It would be like a walkthrough. You pick
like
what
a small
you want.
thing.
Yeah, and then in the back, he had all his already butchered stuff, and then he had another area to where it was like kept separate, like where you could sanitize and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
That was his butcher's. Like that's where he would gut everything and he would skin it all and put it all, and then basically
that's the old school.
Yeah, like it was great, and then he had 2 freezers on each side, one on each side, and they were giant building long freezers. Yep. So then all he'd do, he'd put that quarter cow or whatever on a hook, and then slide it up to the next building. And it was great. Like I worked there for a summer, and it was. I mean, that's when I decided I wanted to start lifting weights back when I was in school. But it was because, dude, like to pick that sumbitch up, and you had to just put it under there. Like it would be the equivalent of your Achilles tendon. I don't know what it's called on an animal, but it'd be the equivalent of your bone, your ankle bone, and your Achilles tendon. We'd put the hook right there and just shove it down the line. Yeah. And then he'd show me, hey, here's the slicer. This is how you do it. Blah, blah, blah. I wasn't supposed to, but I was using a giant saw at like 15 years old. Back then, you didn't have to do it. You didn't have all these stringent. I mean, I would work 10 hours and have 1 break, and that's not a lunch. That's like a 10-minute smoke break. Yeah, it was not a smoke, but it's not for a smoking. But it was like I had a 10-minute break to go actually breathe fresh air for a minute. Which on top of that, the fresh air was filled with manure and cow shit. So like to this day, when I pass a farm, I go, oh, and I just breathe it in because it's like old smells from home. I know it sounds really nasty, but yeah.
No. Perfectly legit.
Definitely.
Nowadays, you still find butchers like that, but most butchers are just kind of doing like portion control, especially in the big cities. More in the suburban, rural areas, you'll find the old school butchers, but most of the butchers is just portion control. They're portioning out, they're rationing out the stuff, getting the right cuts, prepping the meat. Like they get the raw meat and then they just prep it,
basically
for presentation and selling it. But Tim said he can never figure out where the live feed is at.
Dude, it's always on Geeky Antics. It's always here. Nothing audio.
Audio is there for every chat.
What?
Yeah, because the webcam has been messing up the stream because the way something happened with Skype at some point, it's hogging up lots of bandwidth, and if one person lags on Skype, everybody else lags. So it's just audio. This is live. Just
we are
video.
live. Yes, we are live. I mean, really, I can flash me if you want, but I'm naked, so yes, Blades is still in the room. But no, it is live, Tim. Hey buddy, what's going on? But no, it's just back in the day there was so much things you get away, and that I guess why there's so many rules now. Because of shit that happened back in the day, but whatever.
Oh yeah, they had to crack down on this stuff.
Right. But if anybody does want to, any of you guys do want to join us, feel free to jump on TeamSpeak, jump in the waiting for HorsePLAY Live, and I'll pull you up. I think we're just kind of having a chill show, talking about some card games, stuff, blah 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 blah. But tonight on the show, officially.
Well, wait, we didn't introduce Oolong.
Yeah, I did.
Did we?
You missed it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We went off a tangent. It's like
Why do you think he was talking, dude?
Well, I just thought he just jumped in and said because he's like, I'm gonna just get it.
No, he missed like 5 minutes of the show already.
I guess I did.
Damn, dude. Tonight on the show, we'll talk more about Hearthstone and Scrolls. More Hearthstone. Plus banner about whatever happens to pop in our heads, which is normally some crazy shit. It just depends. There's 3 of us here tonight, so yeah. That's all I'm going to say. We'll have an opportunity to let you guys in on the conversation. You guys can join us live, or you guys can email us at mail@geekyantics.net. You guys can also send in a.k.a. hint, T. Curtis. Send in a voicemail, drunk preferably, yeah. Or you guys can send us a text on the same number, 646-801-2149. We'd love to hear from you guys, and just hit us up. If we do get emails, like within the next, I'd like to say, what do you think, Yogi? Within the next 20 minutes, if we get an email, we'll actually play it live here tonight, yeah? Or say half hour, 30 minutes.
If we get an email or voicemail?
Voicemail. If we get a voicemail within the next half hour, Yogi will try to, get it to where then we can actually hear it and we'll play it right on stream here.
We get a voicemail.
We get a voice. I want one from Tim. I do.
We'll read it and then we'll play it next show. That'll probably be the most seamless way to do it.
There is not a way to stream video on Twitch. I'm really confused. Y'all are Twitch vets. There is, dude, but when you have Skype, okay, Skype will automatically. I have mine turned off to where it doesn't use anything, but Skype, yeah, the drunker the better would be great. Skype automatically will take like 75 to 80% of your resources. And then it will cause it to lag. Well, if you have a computer like anybody here, we have fairly decent sized computers. So when our computer says, oh, Skype's taking her shit, all right, shut that bitch down. So then it'll lag Skype out. It'll do, and then everything else will run fine, but Skype will just be shitty. So instead of trying to deal with that every single week, we are trying to figure out a way to get cams on for you, Tim. I promise you, bro. It is coming.
Yeah, we're researching how to divorce Skype altogether.
We're trying to get rid of Skype altogether.
Still do the soundboard, and yeah, if we could do soundboard cleanly and have good audio quality and get the video aspect, which Discord supposedly is going to be able to handle all of those
Discord
things.
is putting video in. But then you gotta remember, once Discord puts video in, it's gonna be charging. It's gonna be something to where they're gonna start charging it.
Yeah.
To where it for people that are actually making a little bit of change, that's all it's gonna cost is pennies. But it's something that it's gonna be like the update, like the premium version of Skype. You pay $2 or $3 or $7 or whatever it was, and you get the premium version for a year. I think now Skype went to, it's like every month or something now where they charge something. But it's something, once we get it and we get all the video like we want to, we will have video up. I promise you, dude. That is the promise from me. So, but we're trying to get it. But if you guys do want to call in, text us, voicemail, 646-801-2149, or send us a mail at geekyantics.net. You want it to get there well, never mind. Yogi's watching it all. But, by the way, if you guys are new to the show, welcome to the gang.
Woo!
I think we need to find something else before that. Yeah. Because, we're not doing, welcome to our city party, blah, 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 blah. And then you go, yeah, whoa. Or whatever.
Because you're not doing it.
I just do the same thing every single week. You know what? Go in the show notes and then put in there. By the way, if you're new to the show, and then put a question mark and let me just think of something.
And this is why I say to everybody on our network, suggestions are great. Do the work, son. I'm one person doing 100 things. Come on now.
I don't know who took your sword away, but you need to lower your voice right now.
Do you know who I am? I don't know. Oh, I think he's confused because he has a sword on my channel. I don't know if he ever got mods in here. That might be why.
I don't know. It's all you, man. I can't mod anybody.
Yeah, Tim. We go through this every time he joins.
I know.
The video thing
because
and the
he's
sword
probably
thing.
drunk sometimes. Yeah.
I think he's trolling.
Just give
us.
him mod in here too. He'll stop crying. He's gonna leave.
That's a lot of work. I have to log on to Twitch. And...
Oh, you don't have logged on to Twitch.
That's work.
You want it? No, I'm not, motherfucker. I'm
Bugs
hunting
Bunny.
you. Anyway, guys, welcome to the show. The gang is what we effectively call our community, of course, at GeekyAntics. Hashtag Geeks Unite. HorsePLAY Live is where geeks come to play. Jesus Christ, I did it again. HorsePLAY Live is where geeks come to play and Obi fucks up. Yes. We are the flagship talk radio show for GeekyAntics Network in collaboration with AllGames.com, Tangent Bound Network, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher, and more. Our show covers all the aspects of geek culture with a special focus on indie strategy games, technologies, rants, issues that geeks face, and, of course, community events that we try to be a part of or we put on ourselves. Did I mention? Yeah, I said it. We rant like a motherfucker. Sometimes we even get into tabletop or retro gaming and food. Why? Just because. Normally we're all hungry. All the time. Because we're dudes. But anyway, Yogi, tell everybody a bit more about the show.
So, HorsePLAY Live, we are a live show, as the name implies. We're late night. So, a lot of times we lose our train of thought because we're sleep deprived or sleepy or hungry or all of the above. The name's pretty self-evident. We're not about equestrian pursuits or MLP, or we're not bronies or anything like that. We're not into the furries. Well, some of us are, some of us aren't, and we don't judge.
Speak for yourself, man. Shit.
This is a safe place.
Animals banging, that's what I live for.
God, what was I watching where I think it was Silicon Valley, where they just straight up showed like a horse going at it and it's like busting a nut hard. I'm like, damn, can you do that? Can you show that? I guess we're at that point now.
Hey, yeah. I don't have the beard still. He was put to rest by my wife's hand. But his sibling is right here on my face now. So it's it's grown in quite well. She said something about cutting it earlier today or yesterday, because she'll do, I'm like the only place, it's funny, the only place on my body that I like hair is my face. My head has to be shaved, and anyway, but I don't, she was doing my head for me, and she's like, getting around my neck, and she's like, do you want me to even, I said, don't even get close to it. She goes, well, I need to trim it up. All right. So I grabbed it, took everything, and I peeled it back to where she could find the line that I had already made. And then with my other hand, I held a mirror watching her. Because if she decided to dip inside that line, and then I pulled my fingers through the edge of my beard and pulled out like a big chunk of hair, I'm like, what did you do? I didn't do anything. Those are all gray anyways. Gray hair in my beard is what defines me, goddammit.
It's going to be one of those.
Doing my head for me. Yeah. Obi Quote 2016. Jesus.
You're going to have to do like a Freddy Got Fingered kind of a contraption. Daddy, would you like some sausage? Hook up her arm to the ceiling and then pull it through a little, have like a little pulley setup and pull a string. So if she tries to like get to the beard, you just yank her arm back. Along with a bunch of floating sausages. And if you don't get that reference, I'm sorry. I do get that reference, and I'm going to leave it alone. Well, for everybody else. Not just for you, Obi. There's other people out there in the ether of the internet. You gotta remember that. Not just the live audience, we got the people on YouTube and all the audio.
I know.
So greedy, Obi. So greedy.
And you talk too much, so what? We all have our faults.
See, but then when I get quiet, you're like, say something, Yogi. I'm doing something. I'm like, okay.
You just get Tim sees. I just got my first white hair in my beard last week. I've had white hair in my beard since I'm 16. So fuck you. I'm just saying, that's goddamn.
The first white hair, I got a bunch of them. I purposely try to grow some at my wife and like a few gray hairs and white hairs grow really long. And then she gets annoyed and eventually starts yanking down. Like, no, I want to see how long it gets. Because those, for some reason, grow a lot faster than the rest. I'll be trimming, and I'm like, oh, look at that one. It's like a rogue hair. Like, it's curly as hell. Then you pull it, and it's like, this one goes down to my toes.
Yeah.
Not really, but that'd be pretty interesting.
Well, my goal for my beard. Okay, voicemail time. Okay, everybody be quiet so Tim can have quiet while he's listening to us and sending a voicemail to us at the same time. Okay.
But if we actually like got quiet, like, all right, 10-minute break. We're just gonna have radio silence.
Yeah,
right in the middle of the video.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we're like 30 minutes into the podcast, and all of a sudden it just goes dead silent. Like, wait, what happened? Are they disconnected? And then all of a sudden, we're back, guys. Welcome back from our radio silence that we had to do for Tim Curtis Jr. Never mind, I'll just turn down. Oh my god, I'm gonna freaking, it hurts. See, now I gotta turn down my mic today.
He gave us permission to carry on. All right, thank you, Tim.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciated that you give us permission to do our own show. Appreciate
this
that.
This is why when we don't have, webcam video, we at least make sure we have a slideshow, because if you have a still image or still layout, static layout, and you get quiet for a little bit, people are like, did it just freeze?
oh, dude, man, WRS got me this week. They got me, guys. Okay, I was all hyped for it. I was getting on, and I was even getting on. I think I was getting on Skype to see if they would allow me to join for a few minutes or whatever. But I was like getting on, and all of a sudden I read the top of the chat or the top of the stream, and it says rebroadcast. I'm like, God damn it! I was talking all sexy to Andy and shit too. I was like, who's that sexy motherfucker on the right there? But and then somebody's like, it's a rebroadcast. Damn it.
Yeah, people don't read that stuff either. Like, just jump right in.
Or the people that will go into a stream. Now, when you're looking for a stream, now I'm asking this for everybody. When you go onto Twitch and you're saying, okay, hey, I'm gonna look at who I'm following, see if I want to. I don't really feel like any of that right now. So you just go and look at a specific game. Okay, so you go to Hearthstone. And you see all the streamers that are streaming Hearthstone. Do you not look at titles?
This is one of the things where I think it's user fault, but I think Twitch is equally to blame. Like, Twitch has a really strong backend and a strong community, but as far as like the functionality and features, the UI and the overall UX of the platform, it's pretty terrible. Like, Twitch really survives because they're in a void. Like, if someone made a better Twitch, they could succeed.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a grind, but they can succeed because there's a lot of things. Like, I look at Twitch and it's like they put so much of a focus on the live video, which I get it. That's the core of their experience. But like discovery, all the text, the searching, the little social streaming add in there. It's buried underneath the fold, or it doesn't always display. It's inconsistent across browsers or computers or on mobile devices. Like, you may not even find some of that stuff at all. The only thing most people have to go on is your video, and if you're lucky, they'll dig a little deeper and look at your channel description or look at what the actual title says. But they have to sometimes like poke around for it. Like, it's not in their face.
But anyway, you have some
weird.
people that don't do that. I don't know many people that don't sit there and say, okay, because a lot of times I don't really care who's streaming or even what they're streaming. If the stream title looks interesting, I'll watch it. Unless it's something like, I'll sit there and watch rebroadcasts like crazy of Call of Duty, rebroadcasts of CS:GO, Hearthstone matches, all this other stuff that they just rebroadcast to fill time. But like, I'll look at the thing, and then when I'm in chat, and most of the time I just have it on full screen because I want to watch the game. I don't really give a fuck about chat, especially in like ESL or a CWL tournament or something like that. I don't watch that shit. I don't watch chat. I want to see the gameplay. I want to see the tournament. I want to see this. You'll see people that come in, right, and go, "Ooh, is this live?" Some people are trolling. Some people are trolling because I do it too. But it's the same. Like like somebody will be in there for like a half hour, right? And they'll start trolling like, "Oh, is this live? Oh, damn, it is." And then you get other people like, "Read the title, dumbass," and blah blah blah. Stop being. And that's when chat fights break out. And it's so funny because then admins just go delete, 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 ban, 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 ban. It's like BFT on a good day, right? Bam, ban hammer, bam, ban hammer.
He loves the ban hammer.
He does.
The trolls actually haven't come around for a long time.
Like in my anything that I have BFT on, it's not BFT 9000. That's not his name on any of my stuff. I rename it when I can rename it. His rename is Banhammer. That's just because that's what he does in my chat. I think he does it in your chat, Morg's chat, GeekyAntics chat. I mean, hey, and I have a feeling that hell, when Fatal starts streaming too, he'll be in his chat too. I do love the Banhammer. I know you do, man.
I'll tell you right now, if I start streaming and BFT is modded in my stream, every time someone does !BFT, it's just gonna say big fucking Thor when they ask why. He's Banhammer right in the face.
I tried that already once, and then people stopped coming to the stream because I thought they were gonna get banned.
Sucks to fucking
So then
suck.
I had to tell BFT, all right, calm down a little bit. But I like it. I know, but calm down. You've already banned 12 people today. Let's calm down now. Obi got your voicemail now. Play it. The fans demand it. Okay, Yogi, you'll look for that and get that ready.
Oh yeah, I got it, but there's no transcript available for it. Sometimes it takes a little while, so.
It says it's a voicemail.
Yeah, but our system transcribes all of voicemails.
Oh God, big fucking Thor. That's a new one. Yeah. Let's not say Thor.
Oh.
I don't want to. Yeah, let's use, just big fucking hammer. Or just, say something about, BFT. They'll say, BFT or ! BFT. Just put in there, don't fuck with him. And then because people are going to do it because you say don't, then he can ban them. I mean, have fun with it.
Yeah.
And just give them their imagine. Don't fuck with him. Don't give him any reason why. Not that he can do anything or nothing. And then let him fuck with him. You might not have any viewers after that, but hey, it was fun while it lasted. Yogi, no audio anymore for voicemails? Yes.
No, we got audio.
There's audio, but how the system is set up, is basically the system will sit there and listen to the voicemail and then transcribe it. So you'll actually have the voicemail. So if somebody is really, really drunk, like your last voicemail or the last two, some parts we couldn't hear, we couldn't understand what you were saying because you're, so we actually had to read it.
Tim is impatient. Now I could download the thing, but like I said, we're gonna do the transcript now, and then next show we'll do the voicemail.
No, I said we would do the voicemail.
Yeah, because you don't have to deal with the text side of it. I have to download it and put it in the queue and everything. It's gonna disrupt the show.
No, it won't, because I'll start talking with Blades for a minute. I got to do my Obi on the pody yet, so you can just do what you need to do. And I'll get, what do you need, 5-10 minutes? 5 minutes? Literally?
Obi's that guy that's like, volunteers you for stuff. Oh yeah, Yogi can build you that house. He'll do it for free. Like, what the hell? Don't volunteer me for shit.
Yeah, who cares about the text?
The text is funny. The text is funny because then you listen to what you read the text first. This is our thing, and this is what a lot of people do. You read the text, and then you're like, okay, and then you listen to it. It's a completely different thing. It's fun. Listen, I set up the system. I want to take advantage of it.
All right, Tim, you hear it right. Like, I tried, and I love you, no homo, but I don't have any power over it. So I'm sorry, man. If he does want to do it, guys, again, if we say something crazy and we say something you don't approve of, we need you to either do one of two things. Leave or get the fuck over it. Thanks. But guys, don't forget GeekyAntics, or don't forget Geeks. Where did that fucking come from? HorsePLAY Live is every Thursday at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Pacific, 4 a.m. GMT. on Twitch channels GeekyAntics and simulcasted over on YogiZilla. HorsePLAY Live Replay is also available earlier on Thursdays at around 5 p.m. Eastern Time on allgames.com. So you guys go about, and this is something, and I've been saying it for the last couple weeks, just head over there, 5-6 minutes, go there. You don't even have to listen to it. Just mute it. Let it run for 5-10 minutes, and then shut it off if you want to. Go hook us up, guys. Every time something like that happens, we actually get a little tally mark of how many people are actually coming and being on the channel when we're podcasting. So it really does help us. It really kind of knows, lets us know like who's actually giving a flying fuck what we do. So it really helps. Appreciate it. Don't know if Yogi. I agree, Yogi. I read all my visual voicemails to my friends. But why have a call-in line if you have to over-process? Just play the audio. You're making this way more complicated than it should be.
All right. Now, I listen to a lot of podcasts. Tim likes to bust balls. I'm going to say something. I don't know a single podcast where they play voicemail messages the moment they come in. You can't.
Yeah,
it ruins your flow. It's not complicating it. It's just, even if it takes, 30 seconds to do it, and you have a turnkey solution, it's still disrupting the flow, because then you're getting engrossed in that, and you're losing the flow of the conversation. It's like, you're not going to freaking start text messaging someone while you're fucking your wife, are you? I mean, if you do, then
depends
you're
on
probably
who
going
the
to be
person
divorced.
is.
Like, that's just awkward.
And she might want to know what's going on with that text, too. It might be something important.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey.
Like, hey, honey, I'm giving Bob play-by-play about what we're doing. Maybe you're into that. Maybe that's like an edge case, right?
You're nasty.
Like, but that's all it is. I'm not overcomplicating it. In fact, that's part of what I've been working on, is trying to make things as simple and turnkey as possible. But that takes a while. Sometimes you don't get around to that. Like, people don't realize how much work I put into this. And yeah, there's a lot of people on our team, but at the end of the day, everybody's doing their own thing. They got their own ventures, and they're not really fully vested in it until we make millions. Then they're gonna be like, yeah, I'm part of the team. No, you're not, because you didn't contribute. Sorry, bye.
I don't know. I've got an idea. I want to create a workout program based around the podcast. That way, when you keep telling everybody to listen, they can listen while they work out. So here's just an outside baseline for everybody. Are you ready? If Yogi complains about anything, his internet, any games, anything, 10 push-ups. If Obi gets angry about anything, 10 sit-ups. Anytime you hear my voice, well, you're welcome. Anytime they go off on a rant, you should jog in place for the duration of the rant.
Oh my.
By the time you are done, you are going to be a fit motherfucker. I will come up with more as time progresses. It will be a workout game directly linked to this show. You guys will have a circuit workout on your hand every show, completely changed, so it always shocks and changes up the muscles. You just wait. I'm going to have some buff people tweeting me going, "You're brilliant."
Yeah, who's going to be talking about P90 anymore, right?
All right, now, this is the part of the show where we actually decided to let me rant. Well, I don't have any new rants. So, damn it, he just put a fucking big old bite of food in his mouth. So a couple weeks ago, I gave my Obi on the podium moment to Yogi. So don't you dare. Blades. All right, so the person that's I'm gonna tell your name, so you're either gonna talk full mouthful or what. So what I'm gonna do today, and I know he has a few, because you can't talk about me either. You can't talk about me like when your friends tell you you're gonna do something and they turn around and go home. Can't do that. But I'm gonna give it to TSE Blades. Tell us what grinds your gears. Can't be me, member.
All right, folks. So as we see, for anyone keeping track, you already owe 10 sit-ups, 10 push-ups, and a pretty good jog. Let's see if I can increase your jogging experience. Things that grind my gears. Drivers that don't use turn signals, they grind my gears. All right, they grind my gears down to where they're nublets and then they're discs, and then I got to get all new gears. If you have a turn signal, use it. I guarantee you are not out of blinker fluid. Other things that grind my gears. Well, you know what? That's for the Hearthstone conversation later. I'm gonna save that. But people who think that all meta is just one solid thing in any game, you can always do something fun, new, and unique. People who want to be entertainers but aren't having fun doing it, they're doing it for a check. I think that is terrible, horrible model. Love what you do what you love. Other things that grind my gears. The phrase grind my gears just slightly grinds my gears. The sound of gears grinding grinds my gears. I would say, when you were a kid, you had a slinky, and you started slinkying down the stairs, and it got to the second to last step, and you swear you saw the slinky give you the finger as it stopped. That grinded my gears too. The fact that we live in an age of technology where information is so freely available, yet people don't take advantage and attempt to learn at least one new thing every month to be a more interesting person, then complains about why people think they aren't so interesting. That grinds my gears. Everyone wants to be rich. Nobody wants to put the work in. That grinds my gears. The color chartreuse. Don't know why. You could easily casually call it one side or the other, but no. Chartreuse. Fun to say. Color itself grinds my gears. Let's see here. I think that's about it. Oh, no. People blaming Pokemon Go for them being so stupid they can't watch where they're going, that doesn't grind my gears. That's natural selection. People then bitching about it, that grinds my gears.
Fuck you!
So I think that pretty much covers all the things that grinded my gears, at least this week. I guess this would have been Obi on the Pody, but instead we're going to call it Blades on the Bandstand. So I hope everybody enjoyed. And I'm going to go back to my delicious chicken salad. Oh, and when your chicken doesn't cook all the way in the middle and it drives you just a little squirrely, that also grinds my gears. Yeah, that's the last one. Okay.
Told you should have microwaved that shit.
It's still delicious. It's already pre-cooked. It's just a little chilled in the middle, which works well because it's not wilting my lettuce.
It only takes 15 minutes in the oven.
You know what's interesting about chicken? That it's really hard to overcook chicken, but it's really easy to undercook it.
Good job, dude.
Little food for thought there.
What'd you say?
What you say with my mama?
No,
I said
I heard it,
really,
but I just...
It's really hard to overcook chicken, but it's really easy to undercook it.
Yeah.
Meaning you can leave chicken in the oven for much longer than it's supposed to be, and it'll still be juicy and taste good and not burn. But if you leave it for even a minute less than what it's supposed to, it's like, oh, look, that's a little more pink than it should have been.
Salmonella, you're dead.
So it's like, I just find it funny. Even frying it, like, you gotta get that temperature just right and get the timing just right.
Yeah, like I said, I'm all about. Actually, we are both doing it, but we're all about right now. We're just kind of trying to eat as healthy as possible with what we have. He knows how to cook, but for the most part, like if he eats the same time I do, I will cook for him. But then it's just I don't fry chicken. I bake it just because I know how to already.
Yeah.
And then we got like some like turkey burgers pre-pattied, stuff like that, to where we just even throw it right in the oven and it's great. Like I don't have to use a stovetop at all if I don't want to. So. Yeah. And that's, hey, to me, it's just healthy. And I'm trying to stay as healthy as possible. Doing what I'm supposed to do, work out what I'm supposed to work out. I mean, I even bought all the pre-workout, post-workout. I got my Recover, the end of the night drink that you drink at the end of the night before you go to bed. That's coming. Like, I'm doing it up. I got some pictures already, so we're gonna give some month-by-month pictures, and we'll be posting those on Facebook, and then I will be making a video. What's the word? Contemplation.
That's it.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. No, I'll be making a video montage of the different pictures of before and afters and stuff like that, working out. So.
Gotcha.
Oh, it was
you could do like a
contemplation or something like that. I don't know. It's one of the things I see on.
You could do a time lapse video. That'd be fun.
We have a time lapse video coming out. TSE does. For the initial, welcome to us and blah 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 blah. It's just like you said. It's so much work. We're just trying to do it. So.
Oh yeah, that's the thing, and in the ideal world, everybody could afford to have help, or or get free help. That's actually good, but that doesn't really happen too often. A lot of times, if you get the interns and the volunteers, you have to go over their work anyway, so it's tough. But that's one of the biggest things in any venture is taking on too much, and eventually you burn out, and it's something to be careful of.
Right. And BFT says in chat, I use the internet to learn new things, like a different way Batman can beat Superman every day. It's kind of like the way the club beats up John Cena. I don't know. Tim Curtis also said he drinks bourbon before bed. Nice.
That's good. That's healthy. I like that.
Woot for workouts. Don't be like me and start skipping. For me in workouts right now, I'm taking it slow. I'm going Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday morning. Just because, I'm just taking it slow. Now, eventually, I'll be doing every day. I'll be doing the everyday workouts, and then just doing different muscle groups on the different days. Or I'll be doing 3 days a week, 2 times a day. Just different muscle groups and stuff. So I really don't know right now. The 3 times a week, about an hour and a half in the gym with weights. And then I have a lot of tension bands and all that stuff at home that I can do little stuff with. And just because I'm not really trying to build a shit ton of muscle, I'm trying to just tone up, start getting some muscle around my bad joints and within my back without hurting my back. So I do a 50 pound curl, or not a curl, a 50 pound leg press, which most people 50 pounds, really? But it's your weight plus 50 pounds. So I'm already leg pressing almost 200 pounds already. So it's something that, once I can do it and I can actually get muscles back where they need to be, then I'll work up there. Then we'll start going benching. But I have to just be careful because my back's so fucked up that no matter how much I work out, it's still going to be bad.
Yeah.
But Cluster, what's up, dude? Haven't seen you in a good grip, homie. What's going on?
Cluster in the house.
You been smoking out some of that sticky
iggy. That sticky iggy.
Put it in the air. Anyway, right here. We're gonna start off, guys, and get right into it. I know we're talking like crazy. We're already an hour into it. What?
No, I'm laughing. We're gonna get started now.
We're gonna get started now, guys. No, we're an hour into the show, guys. So coming up on our second hour, we're gonna get into the one, the only Yogi's talk time with the obligatory news and rants.
Ding. All right, real quick. So Paragon is entering the open beta, and we have 2 camps in our audience: people that hate MOBAs because they suck at them and don't get them, and then the people that love them. And it doesn't really seem to be in between. But
I'm in between.
Okay.
I don't hate them and can't stand them. I'm not bad at them, but I don't love them.
That's true. That's true.
Camp
that's
Obi,
true.
Baby.
Camp, you're in your own Camp Obi.
I'm sure I got plenty of people in Camp Obi. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
well, there is a third camp. There's people that love them, but aren't very good at them, so they don't play them as much, Yeah, But I feel like people are on one side of the spectrum or the other. You know, like I feel like a lot of people that don't get MOBAs or don't give it a chance or they just don't like competitive gaming, they just dismiss them.
Like, I'm not like super good, but I'm not like terrible. I don't sit there when I went and played League of Legends and actually just was one of those idiots that just fed nonstop and just ran up the lane saying, I think I can take him even though he's got 12 kills on me and he's 3 levels ahead of me. I got this, guys. No, like, I knew what we were doing, and most of the time I was playing support, so I had another person anyway. And
like,
9 times out of 10, I'd be playing Thresh or Blitzcrank. Yeah, hide in that bush, see what happens.
My favorite is the guy that's like, he complains like, man, that freaking ability to keep using like instantly kills me. I'm like, that's not an ability, that's their tower. You keep diving their tower. That's the biggest problem with how most MOBAs are really slow. Like League of Legends is slow, Dota is slow. And if you don't have patience, it's like not exciting. But it's about that build up, that tension, and wondering what's gonna happen and anticipating that big encounter. But most of MOBAs, in traditional MOBA at least, it's like that slight edge, the little things you do right over a course of time.
Hey, Yogi.
Yeah, what's that?
I'm pretty sure you just described MOBAs like losing your virginity. You're preparing for the big encounter, and when that moment comes, you just gotta fix small mistakes that you might make along the way.
Oh, now, that metaphor holds up. I guess a lot of virgins do play MOBAs too, so...
I'm out of that one. Okay, please send your hate mail to...
I'm just saying, not because they don't have the ability to get women, it's just that they're antisocial bastards and they're highly caustic. That's all.
I'm just saying, if Sky Williams is right, you get to Diamond Elo and chicks just drop to suck it. I don't know.
But you know,
I wouldn't know because I'm a bronze scrub, but still.
I'm cardboard 5 and I'm very happy there. But you know, Paragon now is at open beta, so you know, if you didn't have enough options with MOBA, you know, MOBA style games. People think that MOBAs are League of Legends and nothing else, but there's different flavors of MOBAs. So, you know, Paragon's a really good one. The open beta is going to happen mid-August, I think. Was it like, I think they said the 18th. But if you want to get in early and be part of the Cool Kids Club, some of us have the Battle Pack access, which will give you access to the game before it goes open beta, so you can start getting ready for that. And I believe if you invite a friend through that, you also get the Battle Pack, which is like an add-on, kind of like semi-founder status for free. That's pretty cool. Actually, Doom, if it's not out already, is coming today, July 29th, new DLC, which is going to bring Capture the Flag. Now, I don't remember if the Capture the Flag, I think the Capture the Flag is a free game mode, but they're adding new maps as well. And all the game modes will be playable on all the maps, which I think is a good model.
And Doom is competitive, too, guys. I'll put that out there.
Yeah, Doom's great, too, because, like...
The new Doom game is coming to eSport.
Yeah.
It's going to be like... It's good, dude, if you think about it, it's just like a Halo. They got some of the same freaking guns, dude.
It's just like a Halo.
Same throwing system. And it's,
yeah, but
when I was watching Yogi play it on stream, I know Yoho said when I was watching Yogi play it on stream, it's just one of the same. It's just like watching Maniac play. It's the same kind of. I know. Yeah, I did it.
Was Yogi bad at it? Is that why it was like watching Maniac play?
Yeah.
What?
I don't want to say it was like watching Flame
Sword.
Sword.
Fired at Maniac, not you, Yogi.
I want to say it was Flame Sword because I mean he's actually decent. Ooh.
Hey, I'm streaky in Doom. Sometimes I'm really boss. Actually, the first game I played that you watched, I was really good. You're like, damn, because I was hitting everybody with a super shotgun, and then I just lost my mojo. It's one of those things we have to have a good rhythm. But unlike like a lot of people compare it to Halo, Doom came first. I just want to make sure people that don't know any better, people that think PlayStation 1 is retro or classic gaming, like that's old school. Like, all right,
in another year it will be.
Doom came first, you know. But
I'm sorry, Wolfenstein says what?
Oh.
Well, Doom is basically an upgrade to Wolf. If Wolfenstein, if you think about the same face, remember?
Yeah, Wolf 3D was the dopeness. But I'm just saying,
Body
Doom came
coach.
way before Halo and Marathon at that. But the other thing too is Doom is much more fast paced because you don't have to deal with the madness. Like even with armor, like the armor nowhere is crazy like the shield mechanic in Halo. So it's crazy. You're dying a lot if you're not careful.
So would you say it's more like a Quake Arena?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe even an Unreal Tournament.
But you see why?
I could see that. That'd be good.
You see why I kind of say it's like Halo, right? Though, like
Yeah,
some of
yeah.
the guns are the same exact. You know,
Your
not
comparison is on point, Obi. I'm not dogging you. It's just I hear that a lot from people that
you weren't
don't-
here to see the dirty look that I got when I said it.
Yeah.
That's why I was making sure, like, he knew what I was talking about. Like, it's just a similarity in it.
Yeah. They're like, you know, a lot of the same kind of weapons, and it has a similar feel for sure. I mean, Space Marines and all that, but there are some key differences. It's a lot more on the arena style, I would say, than Halo is. Though they're both, you know, at the end of the day, they're arcade kind of, you know, FPS games. More fast paced than, you know, a Rainbow Six Siege, for example.
How much is Doom gonna be? We know, like, is it
the
that
expansion?
$60? Like Doom, is it going down in price yet?
I think it already has. And I know the expansion
Is Doom on Steam? What is Doom on?
It's on everything. Yeah, it's on Steam.
Is it on
Steam,
Is that where you're playing
PS4,
it?
Xbox One. No, I'm playing it on Xbox One.
Just for the record, I just want to point out Steam has dropped in price. And I believe if you go back a few months to when Steam first came out, there was a show where I said I would wait for Doom to drop in price because it would relatively quickly about this time.
Yeah.
Everyone doubted me, but look at it now. Look at it.
How much is
now.
it on Steam?
I'm not looking at Steam. I'm looking at a few other options.
Still 60 on
you can get
PC.
it as low as, you know, 30, 35 bucks.
Yeah,
Don't say I'm
normally I normally don't pre-order stuff. I normally don't buy stuff when it first comes out because price drops happen pretty quickly now. Because like the consoles are really trying to keep up with PC more and more to close that gap. Because a lot of people don't realize it, and a lot of people will call BS on it. But if you look at the hidden cost of a console with how much more expensive the games are, the proprietary accessories, right, the cost for having the online service, and the little dirty little secret people don't talk about replacing hardware, which happens more often. The failure rate on the console is much higher than the PC. Because they skimp out on the build quality, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
So overall, the total cost of ownership of a console is higher than the PC, or on par. People don't want to admit that, though. You know, and a big part of that is the software price. But now they're trying to be more competitive with the pricing. So, but the thing is, with like things like Best Buy, Gamer Club Unlocked, or the Amazon Prime, like when you get the pre-order or the new release, and you get that extra 20% off. And then you apply the certificates they give you on top of that. Like, I'm not gonna say no to a game for $20 if I can spare $20, you know?
Oh yeah, especially if it's a game like this that I know I'm gonna play.
Yeah,
I know
like I had Amazon gift cards. I was like, all right, I had Amazon gift cards, and I had that program, and it had the promotion on top of it. It was the Black Friday promotion on top of the sale. I got like 40, 50% off, something crazy like that. I forgot what it ended up coming out to. It was nuts. So.
But no,
But yeah.
like if you're gonna if it's a game that is lately you can ask Blades. I've been in like hardcore into the freaking like shooters and just playing that. Like I'm not even just Overwatch, but like a lot of Call of Duty lately. I haven't been playing any Counter-Strike for some. Why is that? I don't know.
That's probably because you got so used to the fast-paced stuff that's like going back to CS:GO is hard.
No, when I go back to
Call of
CS:GO
Duty
just to fuck around, really, and maybe I play it maybe a death match, and then I go off and play a couple comps just to do it, just to see where I'm at still. I actually and I've been playing COD all day. Like I actually play better because COD's so fast paced that I'm waiting for somebody to come around that corner, and I don't know if it's maybe the fish oil pills are starting to work. I don't know. But it's just like I don't know.
Oh, did I lose you?
No,
Oh,
You
you cut
didn't.
off.
No, I just don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I lost it.
Yeah, Doom is like one of those. I almost want to call it a sleeper hit because it wasn't a game that people were really anticipating unless you grew up with that old school gaming. And I have even trouble calling that old school because, like, really for me, old school is like Atari 2600, ColecoVision, Pong days. I'm an old fart, but early 90s, I think the advent of like online gaming, you started having LAN parties and all that stuff. So that's legit. But a lot of people didn't have that connection to Doom, and so they kind of dismissed it. But everybody that's tried it, I think, is really loving it. I know it's a critical darling. Not just the single player. The multiplayer is really good. I think that they're gonna keep iterating upon that, building upon that, and they're gonna have something really good there. At the very least, it's a palate cleanser. But I think, like you said, Obi, I think it's a good competitive game too.
I think I'm just gonna buy the collector's edition.
They come with the season pass or whatever.
Because for $120, you get the game, you get the collector statue, you get some in-game 3D files, modeling,
for
collector's edition
the Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably come down to price too.
Well, it will. I mean, it's right now. I'm on the Doom website, and really, you can get the cheapest one is from, I think, eBay, and it was $35. But
I'll
don't
tell you a
get
little
shit from them places, eBay and shit. I don't.
Yeah, eBay is really tricky stuff. One thing I would say that a lot of people don't realize is for the collector editions, especially these big box things, those are something you actually may want to check retail outlets for, because a lot of times they have stuff just sitting on shelves or sitting in the back collecting dust, and they're willing to part with it cheaper than even like what you find online.
Yeah.
Because they just want to get rid of that inventory.
Right. Yeah. Not any retailers that I know around here. I tried that before.
Even GameStop, because like a good example, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. I think it was like it had the Jack in the Box limited edition thing, and for some reason I just randomly wanted to play a new Assassin's Creed game. Actually, I think I just finished Assassin's Creed 2. So I came in to get Brotherhood, and I just asked, hey, do you happen to have the collector's edition? I'm just curious. Like, oh yeah, they had it in the back, and like it was like marked down 50-60%. Like the original price was like 100 something or something crazy.
Well, if it's
and
like
they gave
that,
it to me for like $30.
They're giving it to me for like 50 or 60% off. Of course, I'm gonna buy that shit. But like, just going around and no, you didn't. I just stopped talking. Just going around and looking for things. I mean, if I go in there, maybe I'll check it out. But it's not something that I'm. If I'm gonna get it, I'm already looking online and all that stuff for the best place to get it anyway. So if it doesn't, if nobody has it, like right now, the game is $60, the season pass is $40, or I could just pay $120 and get all three of them plus a statue.
Yeah.
So it's like, but it literally didn't say that you get the season pass in the collector's edition. So you might not get it. If that's the case, I'm not paying another $60 for a statue. I just won't do it. I'm way too cheap for that shit.
Yeah. The thing, moving on from it, but with retail, what's interesting is within a retail environment, their main thing is to push product. So if things are not moving off shelves, they're gonna bring it down. Unless the exception is things that have high turn rate. Turns in retail terminology is how many times you sell out of something you have to restock completely. And those are things those are like the staple item that they always keep stocked because there's always a demand for it. Like if you go to a tabletop store, chances are they're always gonna have copies of Catan or anything Magic because those are big sellers.
Dice.
Or Ticket to Ride or Dice. Ticket to Ride. Stuff like that. But like something more obscure that's not Munchkin, and I don't know what's an obscure game that I could think of. Damn. I think I'm thinking about is really big now. Maybe it's Suru. Suru not
Right.
as mainstream.
All right, we're starting to rant again. We're gonna get
Well,
what's going on next.
I already accepted when I gonna make it to our topics tonight. So.
Well, we got to talk about Hearthstone at least.
For like 10 minutes.
Fatal's here, man.
But anywho. Listen, you know what? We don't get to talk about the tabletop enough, so I got it working in there.
Yeah, I know.
Wait. If we're talking tabletop,
We were, but Obi started rolling his eyes.
Real quick shout out to Humble Bundle because they have all the VTM, Vampire the Masquerade, D10 White Wolf books in a Humble Bundle right now for $15. Check it out.
Nice. I have had to make a concerted effort to stay away from Humble Bundle. God, like you guys, I'm trying to cut down on the spending as much as possible.
Well, my wife finally told me we're on a spending freeze. I was like, okay. just to save money, but
it's the opposite with me. My wife keeps finding new ways to spend money, and I'm like, we can't do this.
Right. Just a reminder, and I'll say this real quick, and then we can move on. Just a reminder, guys. I did start a new YouTube page just for the whole new. I'm just starting over. If you guys do want to check that out, go to. Now Yogi says it doesn't work. I typed it in earlier and it worked. But if you guys are in chat right here and you guys are live, go here and please hook it up with a sub. It would be appreciated. With it starting on Monday, we're going to be doing vlogs. So like the first one will be uploaded probably on Monday. So this weekend we'll be doing some stuff, getting ready. You know, hi, my name is Obi-Wan, blah, 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 blah. And then, like I said, we're going to be doing, it's close to, you know, we're going to be doing vlogs, and then we're going to be doing some gameplay, and then, you know, all some other stuff. So I think you can go still and hit TSE Obi-Wan Kenobi. Between the Obi-Wan and the Kenobi, there is a space, I know. So that one looks like it's wrong, maybe? I don't know. Yep, came up for me. Wow, this page is not available. Okay, so there is no short link. So, copy paste that YouTube, guys. I will put it up in Twitter again to let everybody know this is new YouTube, blah, blah, blah. But I want to kind of get a video up there, just kind of introducing myself and saying what I want to do this for, blah, 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 blah. But, reminder, I forgot what I'm supposed to remind you about. Not written down.
No, that was the reminder.
Oh yeah, reminder. Yeah, go hook it up, guys. We appreciate. I do appreciate it. And of course, like every other time, leave some comments.
We got a cupcake raid going on. Did you see that?
I know the cupcake, dude. I want a cupcake. Beefy, if you're listening right now, I want a cupcake. Can you make some cupcakes? Thanks. No, I can't.
Oh man, so Christine back in the house. Cupcake envy. That's what the extra E. The extra E's for excellence. That's my spiel. That should be the tagline. You should get. That should be part of your brand, Christine. Cupcake envy. The extra E's for excellence. Or I don't know. What's that? What else? What are other good words that start with E?
I don't know.
Can't think right now. I'm brain farting.
What's
Anywho,
next? What do we got
last
coming
bit
up
of
here?
news. I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's a big push right now. And it's been a long time a long time coming, but now it's a lot more people doing it. And there's one of the organizations doing this thing. It's called No Piracy. And what's this thing, you ask? Well, they're doing this thing where you'll get paid for ratting out companies that are using unlicensed software. I can just see the potential here. Like a friend visits you, and it just happened to, like while you're busy, like getting some snacks, they go through your computer and like check to see if you're using any unlicensed software, and they write it down in their hand. Like, okay, cool. I'm gonna report this motherfucker, get a paycheck out of it. Gonna give me like cash rewards for reporting people. Like, oh boy. We're getting to that point where people are nickel and diming like that. The corporate greed never ceases to amaze me.
True. So true.
But on the flip side, some people say, well, people need to stop being entitled. Like, if you can't afford something, it doesn't mean you can get it for free. Like, Yes and no, because the thing is, a lot of these things, I feel like,
Hell,
we just,
I
oh,
don't.
we just got a new follow.
Even when we,
Clutch
even when,
circle.
even when I can't afford shit, I'm in the process. You know, I'm in the business of getting shit for free already. So, you know, even if I can't afford that Astros headset, I want to fucking call Astro and say, hey, can you send me some first? I'm not gonna buy it just to buy it, especially with what you're doing. You gotta think about what you're doing too. Word.
Yeah, and the thing is, like some software licensing is so expensive. Like they don't have the small business in mind. I think those things should scale with that. You know, like if you're an educator, you can get things dirt cheap. I mean, a lot of people offer educators discount, but you know, it's just
Well, you could say you're an educator, Yogi. So could I. I'm educating people on how not to be fucking stupid online. There you go. Give me free shit.
Yeah, right. There's ways to do it, but still, it's just ridiculous. And I'm not saying that makes it right, but yeah, the people most people that are pirating stuff weren't gonna be paying customers ever anyway, so it's not really lost business. So that's how I look at it.
Yeah, true.
But anywho, so
what's next
no
on
piracy.
our list of wonderful topics?
That's it. That's all I got. I know you're eager to go on, but if anyone wants to join in for the last half hour of the show, this is our team speak. I guess we should just jump straight to it. I was gonna read Tim's voicemail. Are we still doing that?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
This is a mini Geeks Engage. We actually had 2 voicemail, but this one we'll save for next week. But let's see. What did Tim say in his voicemail?
Tim even here anymore? He's like, you guys didn't read my voicemail. I'm out of here. Fuck you guys.
No, I see him still. He still looks like he's lurking. But they're talking in the chat here. All the Cupcakes crew.
Yeah.
Talking about how she's doing some MOG level plays.
You guys are fucking awesome.
So this is Tim's voicemail. He says, all right, well, 502 the intro, awesome. You could have a beep, like I think people know where they're calling, but whatever, that's your choice, is cool. I just blew up my nose. Anyway, so I wanted to tell you guys, there's a girl to the grocery store. She's about 5'2", and she's Hispanic. By the way, I love these transcripts because they sound like the kind of quality content you'll get when you hire someone in India. And you can tell like 90% of the website is so cheap that they got money, but they're paying these content farm writers and all these Fiverr people to write articles, and it's like terrible copy, but they still do it because it's cheap. Anyway, sorry. She's about 5'2", and she's Hispanic. Long black hair, and she's really beautiful. I think she's like 24 anyway. Really in those girls want, I guess, better. She's awesome. Like shit? What? We're making the call natural stuff, and I'm hoping shouldn't shave because I like girls. Don't shave like it all like that. What? Just like the mission, do it like completely natural women. Those are the best. And she's always flirting up and stuff. But I was huge fear of rejection. The English is so good. I was huge fear of rejection. Oh, and I was married for 15 years. Divorced or 5 and single the whole time. What? The phone tag gave me away. Tell you I just want to tell you about her. I don't know. It's a really funny thing.
I can't wait to hear this voicemail. I'm just saying.
I'm about to show tonight, but for some reason I can't remember. Anyway, now it's going to sound bad if I see that. If you can figure out how to do like live video, I knew he was gonna get to it again. He won't give it up. And audio, that would be great. I'll be really cool, alright? I get tired of strength pictures. I mean, I should be in bed, whatever. Anyway, keep on keeping on, and I appreciate what you guys do, and I appreciate he's being really good friends. And I mean, you know I can even speak any more into it, me even though. What? Oh my god, this transcription is so
I'm
good.
waiting for the part of this where it goes, "A winner is you."
Congratulations! I'm only here like once every who knows, and when he always cool, and I am here, so I appreciate that you guys are a good dude. You got a good show. That's why I continue to check in whenever I happen to check in. Love you. Peace out. Okay, now I would turn my phone off. What? Why would we turn the phone off?
Yeah. No, Tim, turn your phone on so I can call you live.
What does he mean? I would turn my phone off. Like, were we doing something with the phone? Did he hear our phones?
Wait.
Were our phones vibrating? Was he telling us that, or is he?
I think he's turning his phone off. I don't know why, but
he says I would turn my phone off.
then
That
he
changes.
Okay.
Not I will turn my phone off. I would turn my phone off.
Well, hey. Wow. I don't even know what to say.
See, worth the wait.
It was great. It was great.
And next week, you guys have a reason to come back or listen on one of our audio feeds, any wherever you get your podcasts. Tune in, radio, iTunes, Player FM, Stitcher, all that good stuff. And then you can go there and keep an ear out for that. You can actually listen to the audio and see what he actually said. The part about shaving and keeping it natural, I was like, yeah, okay, I can get down with that.
He likes the all-natural women. Saggy boobies and hairy twats. There you go.
I kind of had to agree with that. Like, when I was younger, I really was a real stickler.
I'm so sorry, but you need to shave, and if it's possible, you can get a boob job. I would very much appreciate it.
See, I'm the opposite. Like, I like a natural. Like, I had the fake boob runs. Play-Doh's fun and everything, but I don't want it in my bed. And the whole thing about completely going bald is cool.
How the fuck do you get Play-Doh with silicone, man?
Dude, that shit feels like Play-Doh. I don't care what anybody says. It's like the old Stretch Armstrong corn syrup filled toys where you pull it and then or squeeze it and it goes back to the original shape slowly.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I guess. It's a stress ball. I guess it could be fun, yeah. It's a different kind of fun.
Yeah, make sure you don't squeeze too hard. You might pop them.
But, I agree that if you could pull off the natural look, go for it. Because, completely shave is cool, but now I'm like, I appreciate a little landing strip or a little peach fuzz, And, you start as you get older, you realize a lot of the things that you think are standards are silly. It's just silly things, silly barriers and obstacles we put up for ourselves. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Getting all philosophical.
I'm still trying to figure out what the hell this has to do with Hearthstone.
Me too. It's okay.
There's a lot of shaved vaginas on Hearthstone. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Apparently, you know something about Jaina that I don't.
Wow.
Well, she has the best strategy. She freezes her vag, and then the hairs just fall off.
I don't believe I've unpacked that card. That must be a legendary.
I need that card.
That's the premium purchase right there. The alternate hero art.
We're a fucking broadcast now. That's funny. Let's talk about it. Let's get it up. That didn't come out right either. What do we?
So yeah, that's the feature discussion time.
Yeah. Hit it.
Well, you gotta do your thing, your bit. Usher in the segment. Can't just go in all raw doggy. You gotta lube it up a little bit. What's wrong with you?
I don't know. I don't know at all. And now it's time for our feature presentation. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum.
Oh man! So this is the cards you are dealt. Revisiting Hearthstone, Scrolls, and Soulforge, Part 2. That'll probably be a Part 3. It might be Part 4.
You
More likely will be. Let's talk some more about card games, because it feels like right now, if you want to get into the gaming space, a card game is a good way to break in, especially if you go digital. Now, people don't realize this, but with a tabletop game, if you do distribution, you have to deal with distributors. If you do retail, all that stuff, you're taking home about 5% of every sale, which isn't much. A little behind the scenes there. But with digital, it's all profit. It's just hard to get that game out there because stuff gets buried. I mean, how many mobile games are there out there, right? But even with the growth of card games, I feel like, with TCGs and CCGs being so popular, I still feel like there still isn't that many games, at least on mobile. There's not as many options. It's kind of hard to work with that small realty, right? Like, you have, what, a 6-7 inch screen at most, unless it's a tablet.
Right.
Or a phablet,
Well, I got one of the biggest HTCs, and mine's 7.5. And there is an 8.
I think yours is considered a phablet at that point. I think anything over 6.5 is considered a phablet now.
Oh no,
or maybe 7.
I mean, this is 7. This is 7.5, and then there's another cell phone that's just a little bit bigger than this. It's an 8-inch. Anything over 8-inch is your phablet. Because then I knew a dude that actually held it, looked like a freaking Kindle up to his ear, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "It's my phone," and he showed me, and I'm like, "God damn, it is a phone." Like, it was that, like, he's like, I like watching videos. I'm like, God damn, man, where do I get one of those? He goes, oh, they're way too much. Okay.
It's funny, there's deals on them sometimes, too. Like, I don't know, AT&T was doing something where if you bought the phone, you got the phablet for free or something like that, or a tablet with it. Of course, it's not really free, but
No, because then you got to hook it all up and have service plans and all that other shit.
Yeah.
Like right now with what I'm doing, like I'm actually, it's kind of like a leasing program, I guess you could say. Like every once a year, I can go into Sprint and say, hey, I want to give you back my phone. I want the new one. So basically, it's just I turn this one back in. It's still perfect condition. I get the new phone, buy a new case, blah blah. So it's basically like $60 a year just for that OtterBox case. Because that's why my phones are always so good, is because I have that OtterBox. And then I just get a new phone. Unless, like this one, I'll probably keep for a couple years and then just go turn it in when it starts, getting funny.
Word.
It works.
Funny business. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about card games. So Scrolls, last I checked, still going. We won't talk too much about it today. But I just want to say, like, I really like this game just because it's they blended two genres that I think are great: tactics games and card games, and they put them together, and it works. So I know. You know what? Lord Rakdos, he hasn't been around much, but he won a deluxe edition of Scrolls. I don't think he's really played it, so I hope we get a chance to play together. Take advantage of all those cards he has. He has cards that I don't even have. Because he won our last big giveaway we did. He won over, like, I don't know, it was like, last time we tallied, that was like over $500 worth of video games and swag and all the stuff from all the different sponsors. So, he made it like a bandit, then he disappeared.
That's some funny shit right there.
That's what happens sometimes. It's kind of, when you run a business, people don't think about it, but there's an acquisition cost for each audience member. And like for a mobile app, for example, the average acquisition cost for a customer is $15 per customer, which is a lot. Because that's assuming that eventually you'll get a customer that's going to spend enough to offset that acquisition cost. Anywho, we'll get into behind the scenes stuff. But Scroll, I still recommend it. It's that game from Mojang that isn't Minecraft. I just hope Microsoft either does something with it or releases the property to someone else. Because I hate this whole practice of buying a company, letting IPs go to waste, but holding on to the rights so that if someone wants to continue with it, they have to pay you for it. Like, well, how about we partner up and you give us the resources to develop it? It becomes more of a partnership rather than we pay you for the right and the rights to use the name and you give us nothing. That's stupid.
Right.
Anyway, so that's that. So let's talk Hearthstone. So latest Tavern Brawl, you guys play it?
Oh yeah.
I haven't played this one as much.
Oh, dude, it's so fun though. Like you can do some ridiculous stuff.
Yeah, because the mana cost on your hand is random, right?
Your cards in your hand have a random mana cost. You always draw a random card. So, like, I think one of the quickest matches I had, I went Turn 2, Cro-Magnus. Turn 3, I dropped. What was it? Like Varian Wren, and he brought 3 creatures out.
Oh, you know, that's. Did you pull that legendary too?
Like well, they give you a pre-made deck of random cards.
Yeah, Katana Brawl. Yeah, so you have access to cards you don't have. Yeah,
opening hand, I actually held a Cro-Magnus, and it reduced to a 2 on turn 2. Played it. Then I drew double Varian Wren on turn 3, which had a 3 mana cost. Played one of them, which pulled 3 creatures out. So 2 pretty beefy legendaries sitting on the board on turn 3. Guy just forfeits because it drops out like some pretty big monsters on top of that. Like
he's such a good legendary. I pulled them like a couple of weeks ago, I think, and my warrior deck is so strong now, which usually warrior isn't that good for me, but now my warrior is so good because he get him out there. He's that 7/7, right? That's 10 drop.
Yeah, he's the 7/7/10 drop. Summon 3 random creatures from your deck onto the battlefield.
No. I don't think that's the way it reads. Isn't it? You draw 3 cards and you play any of the minions that you drew on the field.
Is it? Because I always just remember seeing the double horn emblem and just 3 monsters hitting the board.
Yeah, it's you draw 3 cards and you every minion you draw goes on the field.
Fair enough. Either way, he's a beast.
Yeah, and that card draw alone is good too, because you know that could be a tempo play.
Got a really good Lure Walker Cho. I want to try and work out a nice mill. I was thinking about Mill Druid or Mill Rogue.
Well, here in the next couple of days, we're about to open 80 packs again.
Yeah.
80 packs each?
No, I'm going to open 80 packs here probably tomorrow. Or
I'm
hell,
waiting.
I might do it tonight. I don't know yet.
I'm waiting because we all know here in an hour and like 18 minutes, Ben Brode has a huge announcement. There's a huge stream going for Hearthstone out of China, and we're hoping that it's Karazhan.
So then if it is Karazhan, I'm only opening 60 packs.
If
So
it's
I can buy the
Karazhan,
expansion.
I'm going to be so hype. I can't wait.
I love Ben Brode because he has like one of the best voices and also the greatest laugh ever. We need to get him on the show.
That Ben Brode laugh. What kills me though, I want to know more about the Ben Brode priest. I've been dying. I'm a priest player by nature. And ever since he put that out about, you know, maybe there's stuff people haven't tried with priest, I've created, I think I have 5 priest decks right now. I've got like a 1-turn kill priest. I've got, because I unpacked Prophet Velen pretty recently.
Oh, nice.
And so I made a 1-turn kill with him and Theresian, a 1-turn kill priest. I made a Reno priest that has no duplicates but is really strong because priest just has removal for days.
Yeah.
I've got Cthulhu, Golden Cthulhu, a few all slightly varied from like net decks and all kind of things I just customly, you know, committed to off the top of my head. I'm looking. I'm
on your Reno. Still. On your Reno, you're running Thought Steal, I assume. And are you running?
Nope.
Are you running Cro-Magnus? Is that the one that gives you 2 copies of a card when you draw?
Yep. Whatever you draw, you get 2 copies of. I'm not running Thought Steal, Mind Games, or the other one, the one that gives you something out of their hand.
Well, see, Thought Steal is great because it's a great value, 2 for 1.
Right, 2 out of their deck for 1.
Yeah, and it could be a good tempo play because a lot of times with Reno decks, they're fun and you know you get that plus 30 back to your health and it's a good comeback. But like, there's so many good cards in Priest. It's hard for me to say this is all gonna be one ofs. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I mean, but you got to think that priests have things like, okay, so at 2, if you don't get Shadow Word Pain, like. If I could bring up the deck, I would show you. It's like at 2, I think my drops are Shadow Word Pain to deal with lower minions, Wild Pyromancer to deal with aggro. Then at turn 3, you're looking at like Shadow Word Death. You're looking at my other 2 drops are all draw card drops. So I'm looking at like Novice Engineer and Loot Hoarder. So I have the draw in the deck. Then when you get 3 or higher, you've got Shadow Word Death, Excavate Evil. Excavate Evil is a 3, Holy Nova is a 5, Entomb is a 6. So I mean, even if I'm not hitting creatures, I'm hitting spell answers to control the board down. And then if they are getting damage in, okay, so they've got a heavy aggressive charge deck. Well, I'm taking those charges, but when I drop Reno, I'm going back to 30 health, and they're going to have a bad day, because then, turn 8, I'm looking to Cro-Magnus, and then I'm going to start getting double copies of everything that are already heavy board clear and heavy control, plus a lot of things like Soul Blast. Like, you ever just draw 4 Soul Blasts and 2 Prophet Velens and go, well, that's game.
Sadly, I don't have Prophet Velen yet, and I love Priest as well, because Priest is so versatile, right? There's so many ways you can play Priest. I haven't pulled the freaking Entomb yet. I haven't had any luck.
No, Entomb, you don't pull Entomb. You have to get Entomb from League of Explorers.
I have to double check, because I don't remember seeing. I beat all League of Explorers. I don't remember seeing
Did you
Entomb.
beat the class challenges?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did all the stuff in there.
Because you had to have missed something, because I think Entomb is the Priest class challenge. So that's where you get your double Entombs from.
Maybe it's like when you do the class challenges on Heroic or whatever.
No, because I haven't done any of the Expert. All you get from Expert, as far as I understand it, is card backs. I've done it just in common. I got my Entombs from League of Explorers. My Museum Curators, I think, were also my other.
I have to double check that too, because Entomb is such a powerful answer when you're not relying on the shadow words.
Oh yeah, like Entomb, and plus you get it and put it in your deck, so you wait for them to like Deathwing, clear board, and then you're like, well, I just so happen to have this Entomb. Let me just put that Deathwing in my deck. You're top decking, and I've got like 6 cards in hand. Good luck. Wink.
Yeah, see, Deathwing is another good one. I feel like if you're running Reno, you need to have those answers for the board removal, and Deathwing almost is like required. I still don't have him either.
Right. We were watching. See, it said it on that video too. It was a contemplation or some bullshit. It was
compilation.
Compilation, yes. But it was a compilation of Deathwings, whether it was like Deathwing backfired on them or Deathwing got on the kill and they had like 1 health.
With all the bigger guys, so like
with all the pro players and stuff like that. I have the first Deathwing. I need the new one because the new Deathwing is the only card that I have left that will complete my legendary dragon deck for my paladin. So that's the other thing that he's not really that he's kind of mad at me about is when I open my cards, I got like 7 or 8 legendaries out of how many packs. He got 1.
I got 4 legendaries, and 2 of those legendaries were Lore Walker Cho. So I got a legendary and a dupe, which the dust was good for it, but damn.
Regardless, when I open those 80 packs, I will have that new Deathwing. Even if I don't pull it, I will have that new Deathwing because I'm just going to dust it.
You Deathwing, and you could
1,600 dust.
The Paladin Dragon decks are still really strong. But back to Priest, though. You know what the reason the people haven't really discovered different ways to play Priest, or they haven't discovered the Ben Brode method yet? At least no one's admitting to it. Is because the one problem with Priest is that it's any kind of deck you create with Priest is the kind of deck where you have to think a lot on every turn.
I mean, it's not aggro enough. I think that's the biggest problem for people. Aggro is so meta right now.
Yeah, and the Priest could keep up with aggro. The problem is, like, you really have to make every decision counts with Priest. Like, you have to pull your punches sometimes. Like, just because you could do something doesn't mean you should. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just because you can mind control that minion doesn't mean you should blow all 10 mana to mind control them when you know there could be a bigger bomb sitting in his hand.
And my control is so good, but you have to like wait for that perfect moment to use it because 10 cost is brutal.
Which is also where Theresian comes in handy pretty hard.
Especially if you could keep him on the field long enough. Like you keep him two or three turns, which I've managed to do, but you have to time that perfectly.
Well, you can do it. It's just a lot easier to do with Rogue. Because, you get a Theresian out there, and then you basically give him stealth, and he's good for a turn. And the next turn, you give him stealth again. He's good for a turn. Then you just combo out Van Cleef and wreck face.
Yeah, with everyone else, the only way to keep him out is to, if you don't have the stealth option, is to either make him hexproof, essentially. Like if you have what's that unit that makes any units next to it have?
We spell stopper, but it's not standard anymore.
Oh, that's right. It's only in
stopper.
Yeah, in arena it's still coming up though.
Mm-hmm.
Or the other way is put a target out that's a higher priority. Because if you put out a 10-10, I'm gonna focus at 10-10 over the Theresian. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's not really a choice in that matter. Like you have to go after that bigger target or the bigger threat. Like it may not be a 10-10. It might be something that actually it could be a 10-10 that puts a unit out every turn, an extra unit out, or something that has another kind of crazy effect.
My favorite one to do is you play something like the Aspirant, and so then you can play them both on the same turn and hero power. So now they have to figure out, do I deal with Theresian, or do I let this guy hero power next turn have spell damage +2 and potentially start, mind blasting me for 7, or doing a hard board clear with Excavated Evil for 5, and it really makes them have to make that decision, and either they're going to make the right one or the wrong one, and I don't play it the same way either way, so good luck.
All right, so we're talking about priests. I got a question for both of you. I already think I already know your favorite combo, but you could say it anyway. Yogi, priest-wise, what is your favorite combo for a priest?
I still have really good success running priests with monsters that have minions that have big bodies. Cause then you could just do the classic, Northshire cleric, kind of healing, mass heal, and then get mad card draw. Cause I like that because you have a lot of presence on the board, and then you also have a good card draw, and that sets you up for late game. But usually with that, it's more about keeping them busy until you get to that late game, and then they're so focused on that early game where you're like, you have a lot of stuff on the board, it's kind of hard to remove. And they get so focused on that, then later on you get the mountain giants or the sea giants out, or your nice legendaries, and then they don't really have answers for that. So that's kind of what I've been doing now. I haven't played Priest as much. I've been going more for quicker games, and I feel like with Priest, I'm so proud of my Priest play that I don't want to mess up, and I start thinking a lot. I don't want to lose with my Priest. No.
Now,
everything else I don't care. Like Warrior, I just go kamikaze. I don't care. Warlock, I go kamikaze. But with Priest, I'm like, no. If I lose with that, I'm like, that cool, because my Priest deck, the one Priest deck I play with, I have a high win percentage on it, and I don't like to mess it up.
Right. So I think I already know what yours is, but I think yours is probably the same one mine is. But you can say yours first. What is your favorite Priest combo? If you're saying the Soul Priest, then that's mine.
Yeah, I figured yours was probably Achanai Soul Priest, Circle of Healing.
Achanai Soul Priest, depends on what turn it is. If you're looking at turn, what is that one? What's that heal?
Circle of Healing?
No, the big one.
Flash Heal for 5.
The one that I don't have yet. So
Flash Heal for 5. 1 mana. You have to do a turn 5.
Yeah, but the the Soul Priest with the Circle of Healing, and then it does 4 damage to all minions. The reason I like that the most is because the most of the time I'm going up against a face deck or a super aggro deck, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? Fuck you. Boom, boom, you're dead. Even if it kills the Soul Priest, like, and she won't die because she has she's a 5/3/5 4-drop.
Actually, you know what? I know my favorite combo. It's sort of yours, but it's slightly different. Instead of Auctionai Soul Priest, it requires Wild Pyromancer, Northshire Cleric, and Circle of Healing.
Yeah.
So, to be a jerk, there was a match that I believe you were playing it, weren't you, Obi?
Me?
No, Obi was playing, and the opponent took his Northshire. And I was like, "Hey, Obi, let's mill this guy." And he's like, "How?" We played down the Pyromancer and then Circle of Healing, so it did 1 damage to everything. Then he healed all the minions, and the guy drew like 8 cards.
And then within 2 turns, he was
Then
milled.
he played it again. He played the second Circle of Healing and milled all those cards. Then he just used hero powers and other heals to keep healing his creatures. And this guy drew basically
His whole deck.
And he's like, "Well, I'm fatiguing. It's all of, turn 5, and I'm fatiguing. I've got a third of my deck in my hand, and I'm fatiguing."
Yeah, off of fatigue, he probably took about 20 damage, maybe. I mean, I only did probably 10 damage to the guy total. I think we got it recorded, though, so...
Yeah.
Eventually see it.
Yeah.
It was a hilarious fatigue, just destruction.
It was good.
Yeah, that's the thing about Northshire. It's a double-edged sword sometimes, but that utility, man, is so good. But I like that combo too, like using the Circle of Healing to kill everything.
Yeah.
So, one thing I do want you to announce with your zoo.
Oh yeah.
You gotta say it. You got your last card. You got
I
your
did.
Leroy.
With the pack, a pack I opened, I got a Leroy, and so I finished my Legend Zoo finally. I have
Nice.
full aggressive Legend Zoo down to the Leroy, the Sea Giants, all of it.
That's what's up.
I just want to
It's a
say
monster.
it's fucking scary. I don't even. I ask him, "Is that your zoo?" Yeah. I don't want to play because I know I'm not gonna win. Like, give me something a little bit easier so I can see how my cards are gonna be drawn. I don't want to be dead by turn 5. Literally. It's like, I mean, if you do it right, you could probably OTK that.
Yeah.
2 power overwhelmings, fucking.
Leroy double power overwhelming. Yeah, if I got enough board control, I could OTK that.
Even a Doomguard, double power.
Well, I was thinking
That'll give it 19.
double Sea Giant, Leroy, double power overwhelming.
Well, double power over with Leroy is automatic 19. All you need is that 10/10. Bloom, dead.
Actually 14-16, so you go 8-8 from the Sea Giant, 8-8 from the Sea Giant, that's 16. Leroy's 6, power overwhelming to 10, power overwhelming to 14. Perfect 30-point OTK.
If you can get them all. And keep them there.
I've done crazier.
Yeah, Leroy was actually the first or second legendary I pulled.
That was Fifi's first legendary. Was Leroy. I was like, I hate you. Like, I still haven't gotten Leroy. Like, I want to go craft him just to have him, but I'm not going to use him.
Leroy is actually not, you don't see him as much nowadays, I feel like.
There's so many more stronger cards, that's why.
Yeah, like he was really strong at first, but they kind of nerfed him a little bit, and the meta's kind of shifted, which is weird because aggro and Leroy seem like the perfect marriage, but I barely see Leroy plays, but he's still strong. Ysera's was my first or second. I forget which one I got first. Maybe it was Leroy, and I was kind of underwhelmed. Leroy is fun, it's funny, but like it doesn't have as much utility. Then I got Ysera, and I was like auto including everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I felt about Sylvanas. Like, Sylvanas goes in everything I've got.
Oh yeah, I don't have her yet. Yeah, she is an auto pick too, because you basically make it like when she's out, people are scared to put stuff up on a board because you might steal it. And then the other thing too is the one answer that really everybody should have for Sylvanas is silence. Not many people are running silence. Silence is really underrated, but it's so good. And I think part of the reason silence is underrated again, undervalued again, is because they nerfed the shit out of the owl. I don't know why they made that a 3-drop. Like, that's stupid.
I don't know. But on the bright side, what about the 4-drop? The 4-drop silence is still pretty strong. And that's another advantage Priest has. Priest has that silence card. And Master Spell.
Yeah, the 0-cost silence card is good, especially if you combo that up with the Gadget Stand to get some card draw if you really wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
That's a turn 6 immediate value, you know? And then Master Spell is really good. Master Spell, though, I feel like at a 4 cost, it needs a little more utility. I don't know. Like, yeah, you're silencing everything on the board.
And drawing a card.
But it's still hard at times, like, because you're losing a turn sometimes, or you're losing another play. It's
the
tricky.
way I look at it, it's a kill condition card. You keep it in your hand, and then when they drop their taunts or their huge taunts to prevent death, you Mass Dispel, take out all their taunts, and go straight to the face for game end.
Yeah,
it's kill condition. It's like Leroy. It's kill condition. You only use it in that scenario. It wins you the game, or if you have to cycle for a card.
Another great situation is you have a full board, you don't have board clear, and they got a stupid. What's that stupid card that makes everything +1 whenever +1/+1 whenever you use
Stormwind Champion.
Is that's a Stormwind Champion? No. Whenever you use your hero power, it like increases all the minions permanently.
Mucka Lucka.
He's a Murloc, right? Isn't he?
No, he's a gorilla riding on the back of something with a jousting lance.
He's like a 4/3, right?
It's not Mucka Lucka. I know who you're talking about.
What drop is it?
I think it's Mucka Lucka's champion. He's like a gorilla riding with a jousting lance on the back of a horse. He's from Grand Tournament.
He's a 5.
Yeah,
he's
you
a
can't,
5-drop.
You can't get him unless you have Grand Tournament.
But every time you use your hero power, he throws the bananas out that give +1/+1 to everything on your side of the board.
Yeah, that's the one. Yep.
Yeah, that guy's a jerk.
Yeah, like it's hard to keep him out on the board, but it's one of those things like if you have that on the board and then you have a really powerful minion on the board, well, which one do I have to get rid of first? Because that could get out of control. Like, because if he stays out on the board one turn, they're gonna get a few little minions out on the board, and then use the hero power to buff everything, and it's like it gets out of control really fast.
Oh yeah.
But then you use Master Spell, and it's like, nope, denied.
Get nothing, and all those creatures you pumped get no advantage.
Yeah, or just minions that have Death Rattle summon effects that gets out of control too.
Which is really big in N'Zoth right now.
Oh yeah. Druid especially, like with that blessing of the Treant or whatever it is, where if they die they get a summon a 2/2.
Yeah.
The Treant, yeah, that's freaking annoying as hell. Because you have a full board already, then you clear the board, but it's like, nope, we're back.
Yeah.
So yeah, silence is really underrated, and I think it's super, super good. And like sometimes I have to go back to decks and I'm like, you know what? I like having that insurance in there, especially if you can get that value play with like the 4-drop minion that does silences, and also he's a 4/3.
Yeah, that's the one. Like a blood elf.
Yeah. He's a solid play.
Yeah, he's good. He gives you a stand on the board as well as silencing something.
Yep. The 0-cost silence, I feel, is really good, but it's better if you have something to combo that up with.
Yeah.
So, if you guys are up for it, I think we can keep the Hearthstone talk going. It seems to be like what's on our mind, and maybe next week we'll talk about what announcement they had, and then we're gonna wrap up.
Very tight.
But you guys, are you guys still seeing a lot of Cthulhu play?
Yeah. Druid Cthulhu's really big. There's still a lot of people playing Golden Priest Cthulhu.
You know, I haven't encountered that many priests, I have to say.
There's a couple of rogue, like Rogue Cthulhu's pretty strong. With Blade of Cthulhu, that's really good.
Death Rattle Hunter is getting pretty big too right now.
I have seen a lot of Death Rattle.
Death Rattle N'Zoth Hunter, and if you do all your Death Rattles as beasts, it's gonna mesh with your rest of your Hunter cards, and then you use N'Zoth turn 10, bring all those cards back out, and kill condition.
Yeah, that's one of those situations. I usually give up, but that's usually a point where I concede because I'm like, yeah, I'm done. Unless you have Master Spell, then maybe.
So,
but
go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say it's funny because with the whole thing of them doing the new format for Standard versus Wild Play, and Crystal Next Ram is essentially going out the window. I thought that Death Rattle was gonna fall off, but Death Rattle is stronger than ever, surprisingly.
Yeah.
So, anyway, we'll talk more.
Even bigger. I mean, if you add that Death Rattle in with a big face, being a face, hunter, shaman, whatever, just a face character, you're actually doing better because, I mean, the meta, like he said earlier, it's all aggro / face. I mean, why not?
Oh, yeah. Which is why the Reno decks are fun, because people overcommit with the aggro or the face damage, and then they run out of steam. They're like assuming they have lethal next turn, and then you pop out that Reno at the right time. Oh, God. And now they're just reduced to just top decking. Cause like, yep, I got nothing now.
Right, and then they lose. Guys, if you have any of your own thoughts on the discussion tonight, whether it be the initial rants in the beginning or Hearthstone at the end, give us a thought, guys. Give us all your thoughts. You guys can send us a voicemail, 646-801-2149. You guys can send us an email at mail@geekyantics.net as well. So don't forget, HorsePLAY Live is everywhere you can listen to or download awesome podcasts, including allgames.com, Google Play Music, iTunes, Player FM, Stitcher, and TuneIn Radio. Please take out a few minutes to thumbs up, favorite, subscribe, and even share. Even better, guys, we'd love some comments, reviews. We always want the comments. The more comments you guys give us, the better we will be, because then we can talk about certain things compared, depending on what you guys say. So hook us up. You guys like eye candy? We're going to put this on YouTube as well, youtube.com/GeekyAntics, and of course twitch.tv/GeekyAntics. Here on Sleazeballs America. Here on Geeky Antics Network, in collaboration with All Games Radio Network, we have tons of shows that we cover with a wide spectrum of topics. Can't possibly plug everybody. It'd take way too long, and it's kind of disgusting. But you guys can go to geekyantics.net/schedule, and if you can also see some of our flagship shows over on our Twitch profile and our aggregate feed over at geekyantics.net/podcasts. Again, don't forget that all our music intro and outros are brought to you royalty-free by TechnoAxe. That's Techno with a K. Go check him out, guys. TechnoAxe.com. Make sure you guys, if you guys are using his music, make sure you download and get the newest form for YouTube so they don't strike you. Just saying. Again, special thanks to all our friends, supporters, favorite streamers, podcasters, just all you guys. You guys know who you are. If you don't, you should. We love you guys. Thank you very much for all the love and support. TSC Blaze, would you like to say anything before we get out of here?
There once was a squirrel from DeGrasse.
Oh my God. Where can they find you at, man?
All right. Well, here in about a little under an hour, you're going to find me watching the Hearthstone party announcement. Other than that, you can catch me doing Not Safe for Wrestling podcast. On Twitter, I use at TSC Blades and at Fatal Blades, F8TL Blades. Hopefully streaming here soon. I've got something kind of in the works for that. Maybe a little bit of Hearthstone streaming. Party crashing over here at HorsePLAY every now and again. Timey-wimey tea time. Pretty much anywhere there's geeky fandomy things occurring, and possibly randomly running down the street trying to catch Pokemans or squirrels.
Oh,
The Pokemans.
Nice. Don't forget, if you're around here, West Michigan area, and you're listening to HorsePLAY Live, we are going to be starting up a tabletop group. So if you guys want to be a part of that or anything like that, and you guys live in the area, you guys are all welcome, unless you're a douchebag, and then I'll tell you to leave. Me, you guys can find me anywhere. A couple names have changed, of course. TSC Obi-Wan on Twitter. Make sure you guys go to the new YouTube page and hit up that. Just a follow would be awesome, just to see what I'm doing. If you guys don't like it after that, then you guys can leave it, no problem. YouTube, TSC Obi-Wan Kenobi. Go check that out. I would very much appreciate it. Yo.
Word.
What about you?
I'm Yogizilla everywhere, but these days the main place you'll find me is probably Twitter or Instagram. I'm not really doing too much gaming for now. Hopefully come September, there'll be some normality return. But I do hope that we get some Overwatch in next week so we can talk about it soon and talk about how that's changed Rainbow Six Siege. So for that, so you know,
all you gotta do is be online. Here.
Yeah, so we'll catch up on the Xbox One goodness soon. So let's crossing fingers. Hopefully, if everything works out.
We'll see. But while Yogi's getting the music ready, you guys are listening to us on allgames.com. Thanks. But the Dag Pixel Live Power Ranking Show is up next, followed by Knuckleballer Radio. And that Knuckleballer Radio is every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, you guys want to be a part of that, just hit that live or chat button and start chatting. Tell them that we sent you and see what they say. It might cuss you out or it might say hi. See what happens. Kidding. They'll say hi. But as for us now, remember, of course, I'm going to keep reminding you guys, our homeboys at B Team Podcast are now Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on our unofficial sister network, All Games Radio Network. Now, we do have a few real quick last minute. There are a few returning podcasts, just a little schedule update for you guys. We want to make sure that you guys know. The B Team Podcast is Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Worst Radio Show, yeah, they're back Wednesdays at 9 p.m. KBR is Thursdays at 9 p.m. Gaming Death Podcast Thursdays at 9:30. And, of course, hashtag Retro Friday. Friday, Saturdays varies usually, but all times are going to be Eastern time. So, again, guys, there's your little special schedule update for you guys for the network and our family. So, again, this right here is Obi-Wan X2. Over there, YogiZilla, and our guest tonight. What?
I think, what?
Oh. And our guest tonight, TSE Fatal Blades or Fatal Blades, whichever you guys want to call him. As long as you don't call him late for dinner or work, we're good. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
Jesus Christ.
Take it easy.
And stream once again. Appreciate it for you guys hanging out with us and giving us the time of day. We really appreciate your time and your effort to give us that following and give us something to talk about. So again, appreciate it. Love you guys, and we will see you guys next week.